Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of You, Me, and He. I am your host, Rob Lambert, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Merry Christmas!
Dude, I love it.
This is Josh Frankenstein.
And this is Drew Carroll.
Would you like to go second sometime?
All the time, yeah.
Which basically, after Josh yelled Merry Christmas, basically sounded like bah humbug. So, anyways. As always, before we jump in the show, just want to say, if you want to support the show and get exclusive content, make sure you check us out at patreon.com/youmehepodcast. Great way to support the show. Fellas, this week I was kind of trolling around the internet, checking things out. Number one, R.I.P. George Bush. We lost a patriot this week, fellas. Did you know that?
Yes.
I'm going to pass on this one.
So, I did see a picture, though, of, it was like the coffin with the flag draped over it, and then his service dog was laying in front of it. Now, do you think that the service dog made it there on its own and laid down right there, or do you think that he was placed in front of there for the photo op?
Ooh, dude. Like, your heart tells you
Photo op?
that it was just...
I thought that was the third son.
Oh, my gosh. As I was reading articles, I came across an article that basically talked about the fact that in honor of the fallen president, the United States Postal Service is going to shut down for a day.
Don't they shut down every day?
Well, at the route they're going, dude, they will be shut down permanently.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, how does that honor him by me not getting my Amazon packages? Like, what's happening? It doesn't make any sense.
During the busiest time of the year.
For real.
America will do anything to make some more money, dude, but not on this day.
Let's put it
or
this
to
way,
get a day
man.
off.
There are only two entities in this world that get Columbus Day off. That would be number one, banks, and number two, the federal government.
Yeah.
They actually celebrate Columbus Day.
Apparently, this is a thing that like dates back. Many presidents who have passed away, the Postal Service has shut down. But do
you think that there's a bunch of like postal employees who are like cheering? Like,
oh,
woo!
Some for
G-dubs, kick the bucket, guys. We're gonna party.
I don't hate
Dang it,
Mondays,
dude.
You know, you got to give the guy credit, man. That was a long life. That was a long. What was he? 93, 94?
dude. That's why it's
That's a long life.
You can't even like feel bad. That's 20 years past the average.
Well, you know, loss is loss. You know, it hurts people no matter what. You know, loss is loss. But yeah, if you're going out at 94 is not bad. Like, that's pretty good. And to be honest with you, I mean, this is being a little sentimental maybe, but part of me wonders, like, you know, did the guy just like die of broken heart? Because didn't Barbara Bush like die just a few months before?
I feel like it was a couple of years ago, but I'm not sure.
I thought it was this year. I thought it was earlier this year. So maybe
But the Postal Service
wrong,
didn't shut down for that, did they?
No, they didn't. I don't understand why they wouldn't shut their doors for the First Lady. I mean, come on.
I don't
First
understand
Lady.
why they're shutting their doors for this. So to me, it just doesn't make any sense.
Something else. Speaking of things that don't make sense and people getting older, I ran across an article today of celebrities who turned 70 this year. 70. Wow. Some of these are going to blow your friggin' mind. Are you ready? Some of them are going to blow your mind, and then some of them you're going to be like, what? They're that young? Number one, Ozzy Osbourne turned 70 this year.
Ozzy Osbourne, he's only 70?
But he has...
I know, exactly, right?
The way he moves around, dude, I thought the guy was 85.
No,
easy.
he has the body of a 140-year-old.
You want to talk about a real life modern, a bit emo Mr. Burns? That's Ozzy Osbourne. Dude, like straight up.
When they have to soak you in water because you pee your pants on stage, it's time to call it quits.
Is that like the rowdiest he gets, like when he's doing a concert now?
He wets himself.
No.
Dude, I don't even know.
Dude, that's what the rock and roll lifestyle does to you, dude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even
Just
go
ask,
see him at
just
this
ask the
point.
Rolling Bones. They perform,
Oh my gosh.
they perform in Depends. I mean, they're like the champion spokesperson.
They get pushed out in their coffins onto the stage.
In their Craftmatic adjustable beds. Dude, another celebrity who turned 70 this year. This is going to blow your freaking mind. Kenny, the Menace to Society Loggins. Kenny, the Danger Zone Loggins turned 70 this year. Are you kidding me?
I thought you were going somewhere else with that. I thought you were going to say like Kenny G. Kenny, the Menace to Society.
Kenny G would have surprised me more. Yeah.
The writer of Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin, turned 70 this year. He's lived longer than most characters in his book.
Oh, than all characters in his book.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the average lifespan there is like 35, maybe.
You know what? There was the next one I was going to read. I'm actually going to save for last because I think it's going to be your favorite. But there's a few more. Dude, Steven Tyler of Aerosmith. I thought that guy was 70 a long time ago.
Yeah, dude, I did too.
The
I did
older-
And a
too.
woman.
Yeah, dude, he looks like a grandma.
We'll just refer to him as Gigi from now on.
Oh my gosh. A few more. Billy Crystal, legendary comedian. Dude, Richard Simmons turned 70 this year.
Move on.
Okay, fine. If I have to outdo myself, the coup de grace, Samuel L. Jackson
I believe that
turned 70 this year.
I believe that one. I would say the older you get, the more of a pass you get for how many times you drop the F-bomb, but he's been kind of a professional at it for like the last 40 years.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
You know, I guess in his case, it doesn't really matter.
Well,
I wonder what turning 70 feels like.
And you know what, dude? Out of all those groups, out of all those people in that group, like I feel like all the wrong ones are still in show business, and then like the ones that you like or you don't see anymore.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
I would take Billy Crystal over Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, they're not really the same kind of actor, but
That would be awesome. Maybe we should recast that one.
Billy
What
Crystal.
would Billy Crystal have been as Mace Windu in Star
oh
Wars?
my gosh. See,
could
the
be fun
problem
to
is
think about.
that I can't remember any of Mace Windu's lines from the prequels, so the impression is hard to come by. I'm sorry.
It really is, dude. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have like a major tagline or a catchphrase in those movies. Not that I can recall, anyway. So
I guess the question is, can you imagine Billy Crystal cutting off the head of Jango Fett?
no.
Do you know who Jango Fett is, or
yeah,
did I just
no,
take
no.
it
I
too
know.
deep for you?
I know who Jango Fett is. I don't think Andrew does.
who is that?
The quote unquote father of Boba Fett.
Oh, careful, Josh! Your nerd card is
Oh,
showing.
yeah, I know.
I love it.
I do know who.
By
you're
the way,
talking
for everyone, when I said the father, I mean quotes.
The quotes,
like, not technically
yeah.
the father because they're clones. So
about. Yeah, I do know who you're talking about.
Rob's right. I should really shut up right now.
No, I love it. It's so good. So last two, dude, legendary rocker Ted Nugent turned 70. I can't even freaking believe that.
Wow, I can. Have you seen that guy lately? He
No.
looks like a 70-year-old man that doesn't care, dude. Like he's just like,
It's not going well.
yeah. I live in the backcountry. I sharpen my axe. I chop firewood and I play the guitar. God bless America.
Yeah,
F
dude.
yeah. Like that is,
And I have
that
trouble,
is Ted
I have
Nugent,
trouble not
dude.
crapping my pants.
Yeah, yeah, dude. That is
Yeah.
Ted Nugent, like in a nutshell.
Same guy he's always been. He just wears Depends now.
Oh my gosh. He wears Depends while he's boar hunting and rocking out on stage.
Yeah,
Dude, and last one, and I have to say, I'm a big fan, and when I see a picture of 70-year-old James Taylor, he's just like the nicest looking grandpa guy you can imagine. And dude, it says that at 70 he toured this year. That's crazy, man.
James Taylor, huh?
Yeah, dude.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain.
Nice. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. Just in case none of you know who James Taylor is, his number one hit.
Do yourself a favor, anybody who's listening to this, even if you think that it's wild and crazy, go listen on Spotify to James Taylor's latest Christmas album. It is one of the best ever. And
Really?
James Taylor's a legend. You're going to love. Oh, dude. His rendition of Jingle Bells is the best rendition I've ever heard. And his version of "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," dude, it's poignant. It's gonna bring a tear to your eye. We're getting off track.
It's probably got nothing on Snoop Dogg's rendition.
Snoop Dogg?
I said Snoop, didn't I? No? Sorry. Whoops.
Yeah, he knows
Okay.
a lot about.
Anyway.
Who's that rapper those kids are listening to these days? Is that Snoop Dogg?
Avicii? Oh, wait, he's not a rapper?
It's obvious that you got your hands on that Kirkland Tequila Silver, but besides that, how you doing, Josh?
Dude, I haven't been able to find Kirkland Tequila Silver. And on that note,
Dang it!
dude, things have been good. I went to a fundraiser dinner earlier this weekend, and
Excellent.
that's always a weird statement to make too earlier this weekend, because the weekend is only comprised of 2 days. So it's like, what point of earlier this weekend are you referencing? When you got up, or late morning, or early afternoon,
Like 8 a.m. Saturday?
yeah, dude. Anyway, so yeah, Saturday I went to a fundraiser dinner, and was caught off guard. So after this party started, but this was before we actually had dinner, because there was a dinner provided for it. The bar was open, right? So I mean, you can just kind of drink. So I went with my huge, man. Like, I cannot drink anything these days other than whiskey rocks. Like, that's it. I want a good, like, hard whiskey on the rocks. Just absolutely phenomenal, right? So
You're so freaking hardcore, dude.
dude, whiskey rocks. I don't claim to be hardcore, but the older you get, the less you can handle carbonation. So yeah, everyone makes the switch. Trust me. My grandfather did it. If my dad was a drinker, he probably would have done it. I have now done it. So it's just that long line. That's how it goes.
Kill the bubbles. I just want it to burn.
Yeah, just give me the burn. Just give me the burn. It probably doesn't help that my family is like Irish inherently. So I mean, all of us just crave the whiskey at some point, I think. Anyway, so after having a few drinks, right? Like any other guy, after you've had a few drinks, man, it's time to go use the facilities, right? And the public bathroom that's there is like pretty large, dude. Like, it's got like a row of 10 urinals, right?
No trough.
No trough, all individual urinals. Anyway, I walk into the restroom, and there are 3 guys standing at the urinals that I'm walking to. Yeah. And as I walk through the door, you gaze at all the urinals to figure out which one you're going to go to. And as everybody knows, there's like the secret law of what urinal you can use depending on what's already being used, right?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know those rules.
Yeah, some of them don't. But most people, I think, do actually. Like,
It's common sense.
like when you walk into the restroom and there's no one there, 10 urinals, Drew, which one do you go to?
The
Furthest from the door, right?
Yep.
Exactly
Every
right.
time.
If you walk in and there is one guy in there and he happens to be at one end, which urinal do you go use?
The other end.
The other end. You go as far away as possible. That is right.
And if it's a split, you take the middle.
Hey, you're okay. You're right on. So I walk in there, 3 guys using the urinal, right? One is at one end. Another guy is at another end. And then there's one guy who is 70 years old. 70 years old. I'm pretty sure 70 years old. Standing one urinal
James
away.
Taylor.
Yeah, it was James Taylor, everybody. Standing one urinal away from one of the guys on the right end. And he decided to wear overalls to this event.
No way, dude.
So I walk in and, I mean, what do you do when you come across a car accident on the highway?
You stare. And you keep staring. And actually, you go slower so that you can stare more.
To where like time stands still. And then you're questioning yourself, like, what, huh?
Yeah, it's just etching
All
it
of
into
that.
your mind forever.
So literally, dude, I'm not even kidding you. this guy that's standing at the second to the last urinal next to this poor bastard who's on the very end just trying to mind his business and look at the wall, like on the right-hand side, has a 70-year-old man who decided to wear overalls, pants fully at 3-year-old half-mast status. Like just standing right there. By the way, this 70-year-old dude, 310 pounds. Easily. I'm not even kidding, dude. 310 pounds. 310.
Hey, I gotta give it to him, dude.
Do you guys remember watching The Hangover the first time?
Yes.
You remember when they go visit the doctor and the doctor's talking to the old guy that's just sitting in his chonies?
Yes.
It was that guy, except 310 pounds, pants half mast at the urinal. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Is there something that I'm not aware of that when you hit 70,
you can do whatever you want,
that's something you have to do? Or is that something you literally choose to do? Like, I'm going to go to this classy event and I'm going to wear overalls. And I know I'm going to have to take a piss at some point, but I'm just going to let it all hang out.
Dude,
I think by that age, it's something you get to do. You've earned it, Josh.
Yes. And it doesn't stop there, dude. I have a plan, dude. If I ever make it into my 70s or 80s, my whole thing is going to be stealing. I'm going to be going to I'm going to go to stores, dude, and I'm going to try and steal. And if I get caught, I'm just going to start going, where am I? Why are you touching me?
You do that now.
Yeah. Dolores? Where's Dolores? You know,
dude, nobody from your generation was named Dolores. Well, not in the age of Darth Millennial. Nobody was named Dolores. Okay,
I'm old. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, being old is your get out of jail free card.
No,
you can do
I get that. I understand that, but I mean,
good for that guy.
Apparently, that's some guy's everyday Kalinga, I guess. So,
oh my gosh,
we don't have to talk about that again.
Anyway, it was a good night, man. It was for a good cause, but yeah, that was. You know, there's a part of me that, like, when I walked into that bathroom, I was like, please help me forget this moment for the rest of my life. And then I was like, nope. Thank you, God. I got a banter topic for a podcast on Monday night. One that doesn't include my children.
On a side note, I just feel like when it comes to the urinal etiquette, if you're having trouble figuring out where you should go, survey the scene and say, where's the place I can go take a leak where there's the least chance that someone will see my pee-pee and the least chance that I will see someone else's pee-pee. And that's where you go. Just go there.
Unless that's your goal, then obviously do the opposite.
So I recommend to everybody, no matter what, when you go into a bathroom, just take the handicap stall. No matter what. It doesn't even matter. Just take the handicap stall.
I have never seen a legit handicap person come out of one of those.
Neither
dude.
have I.
I feel like they're safe.
It's like searching for the Yeti. Like, it just doesn't exist.
But that one time you're in there and they come and they knock on the stall and you're like, just a minute, I'm a huge jerk. And like, oh, you're going to regret it forever.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, this is a public bathroom.
If you're a germaphobe, take the first stall.
No, that's not true.
That's the least used.
Middle is the least used.
Oh.
Nobody wants to use the middle because everyone wants the outsides.
Nobody wants to be surrounded
by
pooping.
Yeah.
Surrounded by poopers. No way, dude.
And that is based on my own experience, man. When I use a public restroom, I go straight for the middle stall because it 9 times out of 10 is the cleanliest one there. Like, seriously.
Yeah, the first one usually somebody missed.
Somebody Kalinga'd all over there.
That was the first one they got to.
Sometimes it's the urinal. Anyway.
Dirty. So anyway, that was my story for the week. Drew, what do you got, man?
Nice. It was a pretty good week, dude. Laid back. I had days off because it was raining, and so it was pretty chill. I went to a chiropractor on Thursday, and that's the first time I've been in a chiropractor in a while. So I went in Merced, and no, it was Wednesday because it was pouring. And so I'm getting on the highway, dude. I'm doing like 70 miles an hour on this ramp, dude, coming onto the highway. And my windshield wipers are going crazy, dude, back and forth. And then all of a sudden, it goes up, and then the wiper doesn't come back, dude. It's just a nub.
no.
It's just a nub.
It's just a nub.
Yeah, the blade was gone.
That's not supposed to be like
I
that.
saw it in my rearview mirror. I saw it bounce off the highway, and I
That's
was
awesome.
like, "Oh crap, dude!" So it wasn't a big deal while I was on the highway because the water was just beating off. But when I got into town and got slower, it became a real issue, dude. I'm all like trying to peer through the glass, and it's not working, dude. So I had to put my window down and stick my head out my window so that I could see while I was driving, dude. Otherwise,
You
I
had
would
to
have
Ace
pull
Ventura
over.
it?
Yeah. Otherwise, I had to pull over and be late to my appointment, and this was my first time going there. So that was awesome. Yeah.
So you're going down the road. One wiper's working on the passenger side. Your driver's side is just going.
Oh yeah, I had to just turn them. I had to turn them off, dude. I had no wipers going. It was scary.
Oh, dude.
It was really
good
scary.
times. You know,
But I made it there, and it was all good.
I
dude.
always try and tell people, man, safety first. Even if you got wipers, you got to go use that Rain-X.
You know what
got to use that Rain-X beforehand.
You know what I realized is when I put them on backwards.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that'll do it.
Here's your sign.
Oh my god.
So now I move the wiper from the passenger side over the driver's side, and then I just tape the nub so it looks like a hurt hand, dude, instead of a windshield wiper.
It's like, hey, dude, that's a cool boxer glove that you got on your windshield wipers. You should take that off and put it around your neck.
Now you get to park in the handicap stall.
And then we went over to our friend's house, and my buddy informed me of this challenge.
Wait,
And,
what buddy?
I'm not going to say any names. He prefers not to.
His name is Mucus.
I think we all know who it is.
So we were over there hanging out, dude. And apparently,
Playing ping pong?
no, we haven't played ping pong in a while. I'm still the champ, reigning champ. And so we're over there, dude. And apparently there's this challenge, and it's the 100-second hanging challenge. And you're just supposed to hang from a bar for at least 100 seconds. Do you think you could do that?
So you're basically like
You're just
basically
hanging.
like if you're gonna do a pull up,
Yeah.
you're just holding on
yeah,
to
but
it.
you're
and
just
then-
holding
but you
on
just
your
hang
body
there.
weight. Yeah, you just hang there.
Just hanging from a pole.
I feel like
I don't know if I want to know any more about this game that you guys played.
I feel like you should be able to do that, but I feel like it's one of those things that's gonna sneak up on you. You're gonna
I
get
feel
too
like I
confident.
should have been able to do that too.
Does that happen to you very often, Rob? A pole sneaking up on you. Never
Dang it.
never had a rod sneak up on me.
I have not either. I made it 63 seconds. Now,
I can imagine your hands getting pretty tired.
yeah, the grip goes pretty
Yeah.
quick, dude.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing is, too, is that there was laughing going on, and so it was making me laugh, too. And so I think that factored in.
While you were doing the cinnamon challenge, you just yeah, you probably shouldn't do that.
The cinnamon challenge.
Yeah, while hanging from a rod.
And then the gallon of milk washed down the cinnamon.
Oh,
Dirty.
So, yeah, I couldn't do it. And it was actually pretty embarrassing, dude, because I was very confident that I would be able to hang for 100 seconds.
You gotta work on that grip, bro.
I guess.
If
So
it-
I'd like to do videos of all of us doing the hanging challenge.
Yeah, if it makes you feel any better, I'll probably only hang there for like 20 seconds.
That would make me feel better. That's why I want us all to do it.
63 seconds. Wow.
Yeah, it
See,
wasn't
that's
that
what happens when
good,
you
dude.
become a dad, dude. You build your endurance in other ways.
Like what?
Well, I can
I don't know, but not.
I can handle a lot more screaming now.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's not as much fun, though.
No, it's not. I didn't say it was fun. I just said that's what I can endure.
I'm good at it.
It's just moments when you just tune out and it's just silence all around you and you're just staring into the corner.
Dude,
I can do that for 100 seconds. You know, why don't we do the peace and quiet challenge? How about the everybody shut your mouth challenge? How about
And go.
How about the everybody go to bed the first time challenge? How about that?
Somehow the dad's the only winner at the peace and quiet challenge.
It's so true, man. I find myself losing a lot, actually.
A lot of myself on a daily basis.
How about you eat the dinner I put in front of you challenge, right, Josh?
That's right. On that note, Rob, I did win dinner tonight. I won dinner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Would you say that you feel like royalty, Josh? Is that what you're trying to say? Like you feel like a king right now?
I would say that I kind of feel like royalty, that I feel like a king.
Hey, speaking of royalty, when we come back, we're going to jump into the very first of our horrible holiday movie Netflix challenge. We're talking the Princess Switch, and it's going to be glorious. Stay with us. All right, and welcome back to the show. Tonight, guys, we're jumping into the very first of our bad holiday movies from Netflix. And I don't know about you guys, but man, Princess Switch, this came out of nowhere for me. Are you guys ready to jump in and get crazy?
Yes.
This beautiful royal holiday adventure?
Yes.
That's about how exciting the movie was.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, so
All right.
I told my wife, I was like,
Did you watch it with her, by the way?
She was there for like half of it.
Okay.
She was gone for like the first half. And
Okay.
then, but the whole last week I told her that we have to watch it for the podcast.
I had to force my wife to do the same thing. I was like, hey, we got to watch this movie because we're roasting it on on the podcast. And she was like, I don't want to watch this stuff. Like, because she hates like Christmas romantic movies, like absolutely hates them. And she was like, I'll just listen when you're done. I was like, no, you don't understand. You're probably not going to understand anything we're saying unless you actually watch this film. So you're going to have to sit down and watch it with me so that you can follow us on the podcast. And she's like, could you guys talk about something else? Dude, like that was her actual response.
So my wife, when people would be like, oh, hey, what are you guys doing tonight? She's like, oh, we're going to watch the Christmas Switch. Andrew says he has to watch it for his podcast.
Totally selling you
says
out.
that,
That's awesome. And he's,
All right,
he's
so-
forcing me to do it too. It kind of reminds me when Ross and Joey sit down to have drinks that one night, and it's Boone's Farm, and Joey's making that disgusting face, but Ross is secretly like, oh, so good.
All right, so hopefully you watched the film and you're going to track along with us. But just in case you haven't, we're going to kind of read through the synopsis a little bit. So, spoilers, everybody. I'm so sorry, but spoilers.
No, we can't
All right.
spoil this film. The film spoils itself. It's just, it's that bad. It's that bad. So, yeah.
All right, just stop me at any point if you
Okay,
must.
all
Here
right.
we go. Now, this stars Vanessa Hudgens of High School Musical fame, okay?
Mhm.
And then Sam Palladio, who is one of the guys from Nashville, right?
Yeah. Gunner?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly.
Which guy was that?
All right.
He was,
That
he
was
the
Prince, bro.
The Prince.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the girl was from High School Musical.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep up, Drew. Okay, here we go.
You did watch
right, so-
the film, right?
It was hard, dude. It was really tough.
So I'll admit
I blacked
this.
out a few times.
No, okay, I'm not kidding. I literally fell asleep halfway through it the first time.
Dude, I started doing
fell asleep.
I started doing stuff I never did. Looking at my fingernails.
I started giving myself a pedicure.
Oh my gosh.
No, dude, I literally fell asleep through it the first time. I forced myself to watch it a second time just so I could make sure I got the whole story correct. So,
Ooh, the twofer.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I realized I didn't pay attention the first half, and so I had to rewind it and start over.
do you know what it's like to not only lose 2 hours of your time, but to feel like you can't buy another 2 back.
So here is the synopsis via IMDb. And like I said, stop me anytime, fellas, if you must. Stacy, a type A planner with a penchant for schedules, takes a spontaneous trip to the charming land of Belgravia at the encouragement of her sous chef and best friend, Kevin.
So,
Which,
on that note, did anybody
let's talk about
look
Kevin, fellas.
Did anybody look up where Belgravia is?
No.
Google Maps it. There is only one Belgravia in the world.
It's in the UK,
It is
right?
in northwestern Arkansas.
Oh,
I did not find another Belgravia anywhere.
apparently, there's it's actually a neighborhood in London or something. But what do I know? I don't know a lot about this movie.
All right, well, you found the one that I didn't realize existed. So,
Can we just talk about Kevin for a second, the sous chef?
yes, let's
Now,
do that.
Am I the only one who got like particular vibes from him through the whole movie until the
So,
very end?
This is what bothered me about Kevin. Kevin could not stop smiling. Like, the dude has the dorkiest smile on the face of the planet, for one, but he doesn't stop wearing it to the point of, like, you literally have to ask yourself, like, what's he thinking right now? Like, where is he going? What's going through his mind? Does he really think that he's that beautiful? Like, that's the type of smile that he's wearing. And you know the guy is high. I swear they filmed the movie with him high, dude. Like, I mean, he had to have been high. Like, that's what I got from it all the time.
That would make
Like,
sense.
Dude, these Christmas cookies are dope.
Because I thought he just had no sense of awareness when he went and asked her for toothpaste and it was sitting right there in front of his face. He might have just been stoned. And then the other thing is how are you in Belgravia for 2 days and you're just now asking for toothpaste?
I didn't think about that one. And the time that you go ask for it, you're shirtless?
Yeah. Okay.
Really?
I mean, that was just gratuitous. Am I wrong here?
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
who saw that coming? He was so ripped. I submit that there's not a baker on the planet with abs like that.
Oh, time out. If there was a baker on the planet with abs like that, that would be impressive. But no, we're talking about a sous chef baker. Like, he's the
Oh,
second
you're right.
rate. Yeah, he's the second rate baker. The one that takes the orders. That's like, oh my gosh, man. Let's just put it this way. Based on the history of the movie, if he has known Stacy for as long as he claims that he has known Stacy, then that is a long time to be friend zoned, which makes me guess that his cologne is called Chanel No. 7 Desperate. that would be my guess. So, you know.
Oh my.
Yeah, dude, there's got to be something wrong with him if he can't land another girl in all these years.
Oh my gosh.
Don't even get me
All right.
started on his daughter. Super annoying, by the way. I usually don't have anything bad to say about children, but I can't let it go on this one.
You better start reading,
Okay.
Rob.
So they take a spontaneous trip to Belgravia at the encouragement of her sous chef and best friend Kevin. While preparing for the Royal Christmas Baking Contest, Stacy finds herself faced with an identical stranger. A strange request comes next. Free-spirited but royally obligated Duchess Margaret Delacroix wants nothing so much as one last chance to experience life as a normal person before she dutifully marries the Crown Prince of Belgravia.
But that was the end.
Yeah, apparently.
No, there's more, but I just thought for sure you got something to say about the Duchess.
They basically should have called this movie The Princess and the Flopper. Because dude, it's like the perfect twist off the classic The Prince and the Pauper, and it was that bad. Like, I mean, you couldn't steal a story and make it any more like not relevant.
It was weird, dude. My thing is, I couldn't figure out the main character. I really couldn't figure out where she was from or what she did for a living.
She was a baker from Chicago.
Oh, that's right. They told us 700 times. Every single scene, dude. Stacy's a baker.
She was
from
wearing
Chicago.
a hat. She was wearing a hat that said Chicago on it. Oh my. So,
Dude, they won't let you forget.
I don't know why I'm just now thinking of this one, but now that you bring that up, so I really loved the part when she gets to Belgravia, right? And they're walking around the Christmas town, and she comes across the old guy that's in Belgravia, and she's
the
like,
Santa figure or whatever?
Yeah, the Christmas spirit guy.
Yeah.
Is he supposed to be Jesus? Is that Jesus?
I don't know.
Is that really what it comes out?
I don't know. All I do know is that this guy was so like spot on in his assessments. He could have been played by John Madden. Like that's who they should have gotten to get that part. Like, well, no, of course I could have been in Chicago. Like that. They should have gotten John
First
Madden.
of all, what you got here is this Stacy's from Chicago, and she loves to bake. And then you got Maria Delacorte over here, and she just wants to bake too, so they're going to bake together.
Anyway, dude, like, yeah, that's like right on. She asked him, like, didn't I just see you in Chicago a week ago? And he was like, my dear girl, how could I have been in Chicago a week ago? A flipping plane! That is like, it's that easy.
Like, dude, you could have been in Chicago yesterday.
You could have been in Chicago earlier today.
I literally couldn't believe that. What just transpired right there. Like, are you kidding me?
You know what that was, dude? Is they're like, how do we make this work?
Oh my god. Okay, so she wants to be a normal person before she dutifully marries the Crown Prince of Belgravia. Stacy can give her that wish. From questionable equestrian skills and the true meaning of charity to slipping accents and snowball fights, this is an adventure that no holiday romantic should miss. Now, can we just
highly disagree with that last statement.
Can we talk about Vanessa Hudgens trying to do a British accent? Were you as uncomfortable as I was?
Yeah, no, that was okay.
Dude, the whole movie was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Start to finish.
Yeah.
It felt weird.
You know, now that I think about it, the Christmas spirit guy, you know, who knows everything and, you know, foresees the future apparently and trying to guide everyone to where they're going. I thought to myself, could have been played by the Sphinx from Mystery Men too. You know, like, how classic would that have been? That could have been really cool, actually. Like,
Oh, that would have been amazing.
Toy store scene. You know.
Okay,
when
talk to me
they
about
go
that.
there- No paparazzi. You have a prince and you have a duchess of another
Playing
country playing Twister in a shop where all the toys are made of wood and hand carved and made by.
by the way,
Geppetto.
yeah. Speaking of in the age of paparazzi, there's no way you play Twister in that skirt. Like it doesn't happen.
For real. She was basically
not
giving
with
a show.
somebody getting away with a photo,
No,
if you
yeah.
know what I mean. Like,
She's going to be on TMZ tomorrow.
Sweetie, you don't have to do this. You're already going to marry him.
signed, sealed, delivered. You ain't going anywhere.
Can we talk about one of the greatest lines in the whole movie? She walks into the baking competition, and they're talking about how that one lady won the last year, and she says, yeah, wasn't that because you sauced the professor's berries?
Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah.
Where did that line come from? This is a family movie. What happened?
Hey, they had a different writer, and he used to write for a different genre.
It's called South Park, which is why he was only there for 1 hour.
For that one line.
For that one line. Apparently they thought that was good enough to sell it. Yeah, dude, that one was pretty I mean, I could appreciate a good limerick every now and then. A dirty limerick if you got one, you know. But yeah, that was probably the only high point of the movie, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, but
Did you see Netflix's own movie placement in that movie?
Yes.
The Christmas Prince.
The one that we were going to do next week. Maybe the Christmas Prince will have our next one in it.
Oh, nice.
Now, don't get sentimental on us, Drew. Don't get sentimental. There's something about a good Christmas movie that just makes you want to cry. Dude.
Okay, can we talk about the biggest miss of this whole film?
Okay. Let's talk about that because I might have the biggest miss of this entire film. So you go.
Here's my deal. You have Vanessa Hudgens of High School Musical fame. You have Sam Palladeo, who is of Nashville fame.
Right.
You have these two people together for 120 minutes.
Go on.
How did they not sing one song? How's there not one song in this movie? They're both singers. They didn't sing one song. I get it's not a musical, but how did they not even have one musical number? They played the piano one time and it sucked.
I think we're all better off because of it. So I'm not going to complain too much.
I can't imagine it would have been good based on the rest of the movie.
We should have been thanking them, is what you're saying?
Yeah, and so I think I do have the biggest miss of the entire movie, and allow me to explain. When Kevin's little girl is sitting on Santa's lap, she very definitively asked Santa for a mom for Christmas. And Santa offers the response of, "I'll see what I can do." Did anyone else catch that?
Yeah.
Santa basically admitted to being a human trafficker. Like, he pushes women during Christmas time. Like, he's in the business of providing wives. Like,
I got one out back for you. Give me 1 second.
In Belgravia, we have many wives. It's very nice.
so I think that was the biggest miss of the entire film, actually. I doubt anyone else caught that.
Well, I had a curiosity of my own. Why is there mistletoe hanging in an orphanage?
Very, very relevant point, Drew.
Where's
How
Chris
astute of
Hansen?
you. This is a sting operation, and I know it. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
You know what I really appreciated about the movie actually was the classic comparisons to the actual Princess Switch. I don't know if you guys caught this, but when they actually traded places, they also traded skins on their phone, kind of like as an analogy, like trading places. I thought that was actually a really good creative twist on the movie. Like, I didn't see that one coming.
Sure. Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
try to be a little serious there.
Can we also talk about the fact that, okay, she has this rival, okay, in the baking competition who goes in like the night before, which the other thing that's really interesting about this movie, quick sidebar, everything takes place in like 36 hours, which is insane.
Oh, no. I thought the same thing. Yeah, no. Nobody. This doesn't happen, dude. Like, this doesn't happen. Yeah, no.
The busiest people ever.
For real.
Yeah.
They never
No
sleep
sleep.
or poop or...
They don't even eat, dude. She burns the food. She doesn't even burn all the food. She just burns the toast and then throws away all the breakfast.
You know who gets the raw end of this deal? Like, at the end of the movie is Kevin. If you think about it, Kevin
That's what I was
falls
just
in
gonna say.
love
Yes.
with the girl he's known his entire life, only to find out that she's not the girl at all that he knows.
He's been
not
kissing
one
someone
bit.
else.
Yeah, like, and this is not the same person, which you can obviously tell throughout the entire movie. He's very much in love with. Let's again rehash and go back to the beginning. If he wore a cologne, it was Chanel No. 7 Desperate. Like, okay, like, so I mean, he thinks he's falling in love with the girl that he's known for his entire life, only to find out that it's a princess who's no longer a princess. Not only that, doesn't have money, but is also not a baker to support the store that he's worked at for the last 8 years.
She doesn't have skills to do anything. Other
Nothing,
than being
dude.
Princess of Monte.
And he's got a
Whatever.
daughter. He's got a daughter that he's like leading into all this now. Like
I thought it was funny because when they broke the ice to him, which is in a very public area at the
the
filming
show,
of this
the Baker show, the
competition, yeah.
competition.
Kevin seems to not be cool with it, kind of like, oh, is everyone really okay with this? And Edward's like, cool, I'm good. Are you good? We're good.
You good?
Then the royal family, sure, whatever. If it was the 9th century, all of them would be beheaded. But I guess in 2018, we just let it go.
Yeah, it's just cool. Yeah.
I'm just surprised that Kevin wasn't fighting for a chance at the prince. So the other thing I was going to say, how in the world? So the rival goes in the night before the competition and snips off the end.
Dude, that one drove me freaking insane too. Yeah.
The electrical plug on the end of the mixer, on Stacy's mixer. Yeah. So then they get in the middle of the competition that's being televised, and she realizes that it's been cut off.
No,
and they're like, oh no, what do we do?
Realizes it's been cut off. She literally holds it up for the entire audience and cameras to see. And she can't get a new mixer? Like,
exactly.
Can't get a new mixer. Like, what's going on?
Your question?
They just don't have another one laying around?
Why is your cake done already when this happened? You're worried about the mixer. Who made the cake? Who mixed it?
He's like, oh, I'm sorry, we only have 5 working mixers in the entire kingdom of Belgravia. You're out of luck, I'm sorry.
And she was going to that mixer to mix the filling of a cake that was already made.
Oh, dude. My gosh. All right, so all that to say, dude, in the end, everything works out. Everybody falls in love. Everybody has happily ever after except for Drew.
There's an unanswered question. What happens between these two countries now? Because they were getting married to form an alliance. And
there's a war.
There has to be something at stake, but that's never talked about.
I don't think that works that way anymore. I think now they just, they intermarry in general just because that's who you marry.
Well, you would think that his parents...
They're all ruled by the same, centralized king now,
But
dude.
You would think that his parents would be a little bit more upset. To arrange a marriage, there's usually some sort of give and take involved in that.
But doesn't she say that her parents were dead?
Yeah, but she's still a duchess of a fake country.
What is it?
Of a fake country. I want to touch on the butler real quick. The butler that drives the prince around all over the place, because all I kept thinking to myself was this guy's trying way too hard and is just coming across as an
creepy,
uglier
douche.
No. As an uglier, less talented version of Tim Curry from Home Alone 2.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I kept thinking to myself. This is how Ron Howard in Hollywood has all the fame, and his brother, who has been trying to be an actor in Hollywood for the last 30 years, is the ugly guy that can't get a part or get a role. That's how I foresee this guy. This is Tim Curry's younger brother, who can't score anything but a Netflix movie.
Ron Howard has an ugly brother? He's the ugly one.
So at the end of the day, everything works out. Everybody falls in love. They win the baking competition. I mean, everything gets a nice little bow.
4 people up in their entire lives in a matter of 3 days.
No, less. 36 hours. Day and a half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my question to you guys is, Princess Switch, yay or nay? How much did you love this film, guys?
I was going to give it 2 thumbs down at the end, but if you stayed and watched all the way through, there was a nice little send-off at the end of the credits, and it was basically this. From all of us here at the Second Rate Actors Club, we'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas. That made me feel better.
I didn't mind it, dude. I learned something, actually. It doesn't require talent in order to make it.
I may be in the minority here, but I had a great time. I'm not going to lie. It was just fun. It was fun. I had a great time. So everybody go watch it. Enjoy it. There you go. Hey, so next week, now let's talk about this. So next week, film number 2, Are we going Christmas Prince or are we going with the sequel, Christmas Prince: A Royal Wedding? Because the sequel did come out this year, my friends. What do we do?
I'm not watching a sequel before I see the first one.
Yeah.
So.
Then we wouldn't know what we were in for.
And to be honest, we all know that sequels always suck. So,
dude, could you imagine the sequel of one of these movies?
That's what I'm getting at. If we're watching a bad movie, I want to watch the better of the bad movies. So,
all right. So next week, for our second film in the Bad Holiday Movie Netflix Challenge, you're going to be watching 2017's A Christmas Prince. Not Christmas Prince Royal Wedding. I'm talking about the very first one. Watch it, and then next week we'll be back to talk more about it. Fellas, I've seen A Christmas Prince, and I have to tell you, you are just in. You are in for a delightful romp.
You didn't even have to?
Yeah, dude, he optionally watched The Christmas Prince. He optionally watched The Christmas Prince.
Guys, it is just, it's
your
full
family,
of holiday magic.
Your family leaves the Hallmark Channel on all December, doesn't it?
Dude, we're Lifetime people, okay?
Oh,
no,
that's worse.
Yeah.
So, Christmas Prince, guys, I can't wait for you to join the club of...
You probably don't even have anything to say to roast it. You probably watch it a lot.
All right. Now, fellas, as we come to the end of our time, I think it's important for us to talk about what we've learned. Number one, apparently when you're at age 3 or at age 70, it's fine to drop your pants in public. We're all looking forward. We're all looking forward to age 70. I'm not going to lie. So you just got to own it. You can steal things. You can show your butt. Nobody cares. It's great.
But don't forget, at age 70, there's also a weight limit, and apparently it's 300 pounds.
Number 2. Kevin, we're not buying it. We're just not buying it, dude. We know that you were in love with the prince. We're just not buying it. We don't buy it. We don't buy it. Where's the toothpaste? Come on. Are you kidding me? Whatever.
Toothpaste.
All right, and number 3. And I think this is the most important of all. If you ever visit an orphanage that has mistletoe, get the heck out of there. It's a setup. It's a sting. Go! What are you doing?
Save yourself! Save yourself!
Nothing good could come of this. As always, hey, we just want to say thank you so much for listening and supporting the show. Make sure that wherever you get your podcast, you go and leave us a rating. And if you leave us a 5-star, we really appreciate that. It helps out the show. Make sure you check us out at patreon.com/youmehepodcast. Make sure this week you watch A Christmas Prince. I already did, but I get to watch it a second time, suckers. It's going to be beautiful.
Oh, goodness.
And until next time, I'm your host, Rob Lambert.
This is Drew Carroll. I was going to say your name.
Yeah, you were. And this is
He got so excited.
Merry Christmas!